What up, everybody? This is Carlos, the Texas Squeegee, and I'm back. All right, in this video today, we've got an Alfa tinting in Alfa Romeo, but the purpose of this video is I'm gonna take the clear glass, no tinted glass, we're gonna put a standard ceramic, do it before and after heat test, compare the differences to show the difference in protection and what you can get on your car coming up next. All right, so now we're gonna be doing a before test. Right now, this is a glass, there's no tint on this, so this is the no tint before heat test. Now this right here is an infrared heat lamp. This puts out the heat, this little thing measures it. So I'm gonna put this outside on that gasket so that it's not moving around. I'm gonna put this meter right here, I'm gonna let it sit on that panel. We're doing about 200. I'm gonna move it around just to see what other numbers we're gonna get. Now to give you a reference point, the sun does between 250 to 300, so this is imitating the sun pretty well. We're gonna come back with standard ceramic and we're gonna see how much heat it's gonna cut out. So what I'm doing right here is I am taping up the door panels because if you look, check this out. So this right here, this is called felt. So what this is a bunch of tiny little fibers that if you get this in your tint, this is a tinter's worst nightmare. So what I'm doing right here is I'm taping everything up. And this tape is basically making sure that everything is gonna stay in there and not get on the tint, because when it gets on the tint, it just looks like a bunch of tiny little white dots, which are specks. This is to prevent that, make sure that it comes out world class. All right, now the reason why that is important and an advantage for anybody that's getting their windows tinted is because of this. Traditionally, the way it's done in most shops is it's cut on the car. So you take a blade like this, and then you do the cuts on the actual car right here. You trim up here, bottom, sides. Now, the risk with doing something like this is that I've seen a lot of nightmares that we've had to fix here in the shop where cars get brought in. These gaskets right here, if you're not very experienced or you don't know what you're doing or it happens, an accident happens, you're cutting on this, all of a sudden you slice that gasket accidentally. Same thing on the bottom, same thing on the sides. I've seen them a lot. Now, so by having computer cut system, we completely eliminate this from ever happening because the blade does not touch the outside of the car ever. Because we got a computer cut system, which is the best way to do it. And that's how you know you're working with a world-class tint shop. All right, so I've got all the tint laid out on the car. Now this is the part where I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start shrinking the tint, basically meaning that I am shaping the tint to the glass. And one of the things that I need to do is, since I need to reach over a lot, you run the risk of scratching this right here. So the way to prep this is I'm gonna use this Tinter brand dash towel and some magnets, put them on that fender right there. And so now what this is gonna do right here, so when I lean over and I'm doing some work, whatever I have up here is no longer going to interfere, scratch, or dent anything right here, because now it's fully protected. So this is one of the things that we're known here in the shop is for our preparation and our protection of the car, so much so that we are actually sponsored by the Tinter brand. All right, so now that I've got this side done right here with this standard ceramic, we're gonna come back. This is the after heat test to see how much heat is cutting out. So I've got my heat lamp right here. Now this heat lamp is what's putting out the what? It's putting out the what? It's putting out the heat. This is putting out the heat right here. This one is measuring it. So I'm gonna put it outside on that gasket, let it rest outside so there's no volatility. Got the meter right here. We're gonna put this up by that door panel. And that right there is a difference between no tint versus ceramic tint. Now, what are the advantages of having ceramic tint as opposed to regular tint? Well, I'm gonna go finish that side over there and then we're gonna take it outside because what I'm about to show you is gonna shock you. All right, so this car is done. We're gonna take it outside because this car just got tinted. All right, so now this car, it's outside, all the way completed. Let me take you guys on a walk around in terms of what we did and how it looks. So this right here was the 30% ceramic in Texas. This is as dark as you can legally get. So this is what it looks like right here. Got my hand on the inside. Still gives you some privacy, but it's not too dark. It won't get you in trouble, but it will provide you a ton of heat protection, as you guys already saw. This is what this looks like. Now the back windows, the customer on this one wanted to get some privacy, so we went with the darkest tint. This is a 5%. This is the darkest right here. As you can see, or probably can't see, you don't know what's in back there now, do you? So a lot of people walking by this car, you got bags back there, or you got a computer, laptop, whatever. Nobody can really see inside it, so this gives you ultimate privacy, and also as well protection, because visible light, also a form of heat, is drastically reduced with the super dark tint. Now one other thing that we also did right here is this, what's called the eyebrow strip. Now what this does is when you put it up here on that front, when you're driving, and a lot of times you're driving and the sun is glaring in your eyes and you're driving like this, you're like, ugh. So whenever you put that on there, it cuts that glare by a lot. So rather than blinding you as you're driving down the road, it's just a light now. It's not really gonna bother you. This is what the purpose of this is for. It's not really heat protection, it's glare reduction. Another benefit that you get by getting actual tint, this is one of the ways to do it right here. All right, so I'm outside. We've got the sun right here blasting down. This is a meter. We're gonna use the actual sun to show you the difference. Now this is it's not ceramic, but it's super dark. This is clear ceramic to show you, because this is gonna shock you. You gotta see it to believe it. Now this right here, see the sun is doing this number. This is a dark ceramic tint right here, and then this is a clear ceramic. So the lower the number, the less heat. Look, that's the sun right there. Dark tint, not ceramic. Clear tint, ceramic. So the reason why ceramic is blocking a lot more heat is because it's doing it different. See, I'm standing right outside and I'm feeling a lot of heat coming from that sun, but most of that heat is coming through infrared light. Infrared light is what carries the most amount of heat. So ceramic tint, the technical term is infrared film. It's infrared tint because it targets infrared light. That's why it doesn't have to be dark, and it blocks a lot more heat than the non-ceramic regular tint, darkest tint. This makes it a perfect alternative for putting it on your windshield because it's clear. However, with ceramic, you got all different kinds of shades, just like you do with any other type of tint. Only difference, it's built for maximum heat protection. All right, so now that you know what ceramic tint is and how it works and how you can benefit and keep your car cool in the summer temperatures, if you learned something in this video, like it down below, send it to a friend, share it wherever you are seeing it. Make sure that if you want to get something like this done, visit our website at texastintmasters.com to keep watching some more of their top tint videos on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel down below, like the page, or follow us on Instagram. This has been Carlos, the Texas Squeegee, signing off, and I'll see you on the next one.